everyone, it's Ryan Malinowski. It is a sunny afternoon down here in beautiful Tucson, Arizona. I am at the southernmost ski resort in the U.S. and I'm going to do today's Q&A from the ski resort. So I'm on the ski lift right now, and the first question that I have from this week in my email box was a question from Jesse. And Jesse asked me, entrepreneur or employee? So this is a very broad question, but where I want to try to go with this one is there is no one person or right answer for this one. So you can't say, hey, someone is supposed to be an employee or someone's supposed to be an entrepreneur. Everyone has different DNA. Some people have what it takes to become an entrepreneur. Some people are way better off as an employee, and they can actually be way more successful that way. I know employees that make way more money than entrepreneurs, and I know entrepreneurs that also make way more money than employees. But it really has to do with your frame of mind and what your goals are. Do you want to build your own business? Do you want to be comfortable and have the security for a continued amount of time as an employee with an established company? There's no right or wrong answer, but I think you have to determine for yourself. Becoming an entrepreneur doesn't mean that you can sit on the beach, drink mojitos, and do nothing all day. It means that you have the ability and the desire to build your own business, because every business that is out there today started from someone's idea. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, it's going to take a few years. It's not always going to be easy. Same thing with being an employee. You could work for an amazing organization and they could treat you really well, and that could be a great thing as well. So there's no right or wrong answer, Jesse, but I hope this kind of clarifies it for you a little bit more. Question dos. I see, Ryan, that you make a lot of great recipes and you cook a lot. What is a good recipe that you cook lately that isn't too difficult for other people to replicate? So a great recipe that I've been making a lot recently is from the Bayou, the New Orleans area, and that is my Cajun jambalaya. And the reason why I'm picking this one is because it's a delicious dish, but it's not too hard to make. It has a ton of ingredients, which I'll put in the notes underneath here. I have a link that will send you to a really good recipe. It takes a few hours to cook, and you have rice, you have chicken, andouille, Cajun sausage, you have chicken, a ton of vegetables, some broth, and then the rice goes right into the whole pot as you cook it. But I'll put a picture of it and a link to it with inside the notes so you can see how delicious it is. But again, it's my favorite Cajun jambalaya recipe. Hope you enjoy it. Question 3. What's your favorite recent documentary that you've watched? A recent documentary that I watched that I really liked was called Print the Legend. And the reason I liked it is because it kind of dives into 3D printers. So there's a few main companies, 3D Systems, which is a huge company, and there's also MakerBot and Formlabs. And MakerBot got bought a few years ago, but what these companies do is they have 3D printers that you can build stuff from your desktop. So no longer do you have to pay $300,000, $400,000 for these 3D printers. You have the ability to pay a few $1,000s and have these machines on your desktop. It's a fascinating documentary. I really highly recommend it. Hope you enjoy it too. Fourth question of the day is, how do you validate your first online business idea, or how do you know if you have a good idea? And the best way really to know if you have a good business idea is not work endlessly months and months and months on trying to build a product or service, and then after you build whatever idea you think is great, you try to get people to buy it. The other opposite end of the spectrum, the best thing to do is to ask people if they'd be interested in your product or your service. So by doing this, by asking people, hey, would you be interested in what it is I'm building? So if you want to make a product or service for business owners, chat with 20 or 30 people that would be your potential clients. If they have interest in what it is you're offering, then you might be able to go ahead and build it with the confidence that people actually pay for what it is you're offering. A lot of new and aspiring entrepreneurs, what they do is they start and build a new business, and they have this great idea. They're like, oh, I'm going to make a ton of money with this great idea. They work months and months and months only to realize that nobody is interested in what it is they're offering. So instead, if you have a good product or a service or a business idea that you have, try to justify first and make sure that there's people willing to pay you for what it is you're offering. That's really the best advice I can give in regards to starting an online business and starting with a business idea. Question number 5. What is the favorite book that you're currently reading? And my answer to that is The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. It's a great book, and I'll put a link to it in the show notes. Other than that, have a great rest of the week. Chat with you soon. Adios.